Hello and welcome to Wyckoff Training Academy. This is today's webinar, especially focused on. Actually, I got many requests from people stating, "Sir, what this tool is basically, what does it make, and how does it help in identifying or how to use these things?" So, to simplify this thing, I planned today's a small presentation. Uh, wherein I'll be going wherein I'll walk through the brochure which I have made for WTA tape reading toolkit version 106. So to begin with, first of all, let me put it and let me make it clear to everyone that what I am following, what I am trading based on, or whatever analysis which I give is purely based on Wyckoff. Okay, so in my quest of 16 plus years of as a trader and as an analyst, as a trainer, what I have learned about application of Wyckoff in terms of price and volume correlation. So if you'll go to, or if you'll go with the original Wyckoff course, first thing is like it is the language of the particular course is the original one is very difficult to understand. One has to be a student of literature, and so in those days uh, there is a much more purified language which we use right in this particular era. So first obstacle is that. Second thing, I learned from David Weiss, the late David Weiss, and I learned from other. So other Wyckoffin specialist. So 16 years back, I was introduced to his teaching, and I developed his I learned whatever things he taught, and based on that, I tried to my level best to incorporate it in Indian market, because I think I was one of you who got an opportunity to learn and then apply it in Indian market. So my first quest was of applying Wyckoff by way of David Weiss. So that to in Indian market. So though I have been through the literature of, or you can say some portion of course material of Wyckoff, which has been like today like in today's era, it's like Stock Market Institute. I think they are the main who are. I'm not updated about this, but I think it's Stock Market Institute. So those are the people who are handling Wyckoff original work, and they are doing their improvisation and other stuffs. So having said that, I just thought to give my background on this one. So I so as far as Wyckoffian work is concerned, what I derived from the teaching of Wyckoff, reading his work, reading and from David and reading David's work, uh, trades about to happen. It was a wonderful book wherein he tried his level best to put in all those uh, Wyckoffian things along with his own learning and observation. So based on that, I tried my level best to give my view of whatever, like I am the third person getting the information from David. So from Wyckoff, there were some intermediaries who gave information to David, late David, and I got information from him. So this is not first-hand information. First of all, everybody has done some set of or some sort of addition or deletion based on the time and based on the evolution of technology and advancements and new rules which are introduced by the uh, authorities at that time for facilitating trading. So please, I request everyone to watch this video uh, at least one time, so you'll get a fair idea what we are talking about and what these indicators are telling us. Because this is not one, like what I have seen in my life. I've trained many people. There are many kind of traders who come to me and uh, ask me, sir, we want a solution, a complete, concise solution, which with very clear and whatnot, like buy and sell on exit. So clear, concise system, clear buy sell signals plus exit. So this is my question to the audience who is listening to me. This is called as Holy Grail, which is not possible. And I really mean it. I have turned many stones. I ran pillar to post, this and that. I've, I've done much more, and like I have invested my time, huge amount, everything achieving, and what I have achieved till now is like I have been through a very hard time. So that is the reason my accuracy is more than 85%. So if you're looking out for this kind of thing, then you're living in a dilemma that one day you will find something which would be like this. But on the contrary, what you can think of or what you can search for, a process which has some sort of consistency in generating profits. So you're looking out for a process which is to some degree consistent in making profit. So if you're looking out for this kind of system or this kind of mechanism, because it starts with a process, but it has to be a consistency within itself, and the end result should be profitability. So if you're looking for this kind of some methodology, then it will come down, you will automatically guide it towards Wyckoff. The reason why Wyckoff is not, like, most of the people haven't heard about Wyckoff. Only the new generation people, or like few a decade or two, uh, there are some traders who came up with SMC, and there are other concepts also. I think SMC hai, FVG, like fair value gap kind of uh, analogies they have come up with. This all is centered, if you understand it in detail, it all roots back to Wyckoff. So how, your question would be, if I'm telling you SMC and smart, like FVG, I don't recall exactly what terms they use. Some kind of a like imbalance, institutional buying, institutional selling. So these are the new jargons which are commonly thrown into the market, and people get attracted towards it, and they start dwelling into that methodology. But if you understand this one, if you watch this video, this video of mine, you at least you will get a fair idea where, what is the reason why this stands profitable to some extent, because they all roots back to Wyckoff. So first of all, look for a process that is consistent, and that consistency should result into profitability. So process means what? You have to follow A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K kind of steps, which is quantifiable, which is logical, which is accessible, then continuous. There has to be consistency. Consistency in what terms? Whatever the process you're defining, whatever steps you're defining, those has to show some consistency in the market. Whenever they are appearing, there has to be some consistency. Then it comes to quantify how you should be able to quantify it. Quantify it means you have to make a report, make your own journal, and based on that journal, you should be able to assess from the beginning till the profit or loss is realized, the entire process. Okay, so here I was talking about, this is the thing which you should look out for as a trader. But this thing, like, it hits in the mind of the trader when he is like, or he has already invested 3 to 5 years in the market, because this thing will not come in the mind, or a beginner is not in a position to understand the importance of this thing. Before coming to this point, he goes under various kind of what you can say, coaching sessions, indicator sessions, this and that, blah 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 blah. So this will not come up, like, it's not pop up in his head, and one fine day he'll come with the idea of, like, I need a process uh, that has to be that has to show some consistency or profitability. So this is, I'm speaking out of experience. That's the reason I or like, I opted for David's teaching, because I've seen this kind of thing taking place in his teaching. So that's the reason I got this. I took the teaching from him, and then I'm passing it on in a very fair value, because I've seen there are many people who are teaching Wyckoff and they are charging hell lot of money, which is not affordable by everyone. And they are master of the trades. They are genius traders. So I'm still a learner and I'm still a student of knowledge. So I don't call myself as what you can say, as other people call themselves like gurus or master of their, let's say. I'm just a simple student. I try to do whatever best I can, and I just believe in reacting to the market. So coming back to this point, I want you all to understand smart money concept, imbalance institutional selling, FBG, fair value gap, and what not and what not. What this like new, I'll not call it as a new methodology. It's like old wine in new packing. That is how I would like to rate it or name it. Wyckoff SMC and ICD concepts is something which is most commonly used by traders. The problem with SMC and ICD or any other institutional buying selling methodology, it's not methodology. Methodology is something completely different wherein you get complete A to Z solution. So it's not methodology. These are all trading, you can say trading methods or trading strategies, which I would like to name it as. So if we come to SMC and ICD, what they have done based on my experience, I'm talking about based on my experience. Correct me if I'm wrong. As I told you earlier, I'm a student of like I'm a student and I like learning, and every day we learn a lot new things in the market. So I consider myself as a student rather than telling that I know everything what is there in SMC, ICD, and or Wyckoff. Though Wyckoff I know in and out. So whatever Wyckoff tried to communicate through his letters, through his magazines, through his teaching, I know in and out about Wyckoff. But as far as SMC and ICD, I've closely seen and observed and uh, learned about this school of thoughts. So what this is they are doing, they are basically identifying certain price patterns. I'm not talking about cup and handle, this and that, this kind of patterns. They are finding zones. So on a like for a like on layman language, I'm calling it as zones, as patterns. So these are not patterns, these are zones based on demand and supply, or institutional selling, institutional buying. You get a pullback, then you price is going up. In ICD, the same thing goes on. There is a gap between a candle. This is a higher candle. This is the gap. There forms a zone. Price comebacks, touches this level, ups, closes above, and then expecting higher prices. And there are their own different criteria, different process, different steps to identify and negate which level is crucial and which level will hold and which level will not hold. So whatever this they are doing, one thing which I have observed, which I think everyone should pay attention to, is price and price. And in this, what they have done, me get rid of this thing then. I don't mean any offense to any kind of trader, but reality is reality. You cannot deny and you cannot run away from facts. So having said that, what they did, they inculcated Wyckoff schematics into smart money concept and to some degree into ICT concepts. So what people nowadays, because I was approached by many students who asked me about, sir, we want to learn schematics, this and that. I don't, though I know the trick of how to identify an accumulation, observation, accumulation, absorption, distribution, reaccumulation, redistribution. But in today's time, it is very difficult, because if market is sliding like this and it is going up like this, so your distribution starts from here, or your distribution starts from here, accumulation starts from here, or your accumulation starts from here. It is very difficult to identify the initiation point. Sometimes preliminary supply, preliminary demand, where it how where and how you are going to identify it, because some bars might be widespread, some candles might be narrow, but there would be a low pullback, a low swing high and swing low. So if you considering this as a preliminary supply or preliminary demand, then it creates a problem for a trader. So that's the reason I never used to trade on these lines. So what these smart people did here, first of all, let me make myself clear. I am not suggesting anything. It's open market. Go do your own research. I'm a student of comparative studies. Go for it. Go search the YouTube, search the Google. You will find out whether whatever I'm telling is truth or just a bias statement. So what they did, they inculcated and they adopted. They basically used some portion of schematic of distribution and accumulation into their ICT and SMC concepts. Like for example, if there is a schematic taking place on a 4-hour chart, so normally what they suggest is coming down to 1 hour or 30 minutes or like 5 minutes, and try to see if this is syncing in with what is happening on the 4 hour. If this 5 minutes is syncing in with 4 hours pattern, then it's a high probability trade. So this is how I'll not go into detail, but I think I gave you a fair idea. The people who know what is smart money concepts or ICT, institutional buying selling concepts, what they teach and what they follow. So that's the reason people are not getting productivity in this one. I'm an honest person, and whatever I'll speak straight away. That's the reason people are still struggling. This is not what, like, my intention is not to like sell or promote my products. I don't want anyone to, or neither, if no one buys, no problem. It is his bad luck. I'm here. My objective of taking this presentation is simple. What Wyckoff was doing in his time that made him a successful trader, that thing which he did, I just want to dissect it, and with the teachings of I from getting the teaching of David, what I've understood, what I did, I first of all understood it, then I later on adapted it, then after adaptation I did some improvisation in it, and now I'm practicing it. Simple. What I did based on adaptation, first of all understanding, adaptation, and improvisation, and then I'm practicing it. By mean practicing, I'm teaching and I'm training based on this line. So one of the concept which Wyckoff used to talk about, that is demand and supply. So whenever there was statement recorded by Wyckoff wherein he said, look for a trend change wherein demand, or either we'll start with supply is getting exhausted or demand is increasing, either of two. Supply is getting exhausted or demand is coming in. Whatever terms you use, till the time you're understanding the true essence of what he said, we are good for that one. Demand is coming in, or if this happens, then this could be a distribution. Sorry, my bad. This could be an accumulation, and after that we can expect price appreciation, that is markup or uptrend. Vice versa, whenever you see demand getting exhausted and or supply coming in, you should look for a trend change, and this could be identified as distribution. And what follows after this is markdown or downtrend. Simple. If you have listened to this 2 or 3 minutes of discussion, and if you have understood this one, that means you have understood entire Wyckoff work, at least 70% of his work. Because many people are getting confused, sir, Wyckoff is this, Wyckoff is that. It's nothing, it's just because it's only about demand and supply. So based on that, I made this indicator. So I'm talking about 106, 109, sorry. So this was like one of our member of a trading Telegram group. He asked me about this one. I think he was Valerio. So he asked me, what do you think about this one? Valerio, this was the support, this level master market structure, this was support, price underneath, then it has broken out, and then right made got a resistance at this particular point. It came back. We can see this is a some sort of stopping volume kind of an activity after all this congestion of like a 1 or 2 days, a 1 day congestion. We see price screaming out of this congestion, and after this congestion you can see the firm close above all the previous consolidation price bands. So this gives us an assurance that at least we would reach this point and then this point, and it happened. We have successfully broken it. Now the member asked me what is your take about this one at this particular point. So my take on this one is simple. If this, I don't know what at this particular point, I'm least bothered about where this market will go. But what is my concern as a Wyckoff trader, where can I get an opportunity to buy? So what my logic says, if this has to go upwards, it has to come back. That means it should give a pullback, not 100% touching this level, or might be a deep pullback going below this level, somewhere in between this area, this price band, 5010, 5020. Above it, anywhere is fine. Once I get a pullback, that has to be low volume. I'm not going to talk about this indicator. This indicator I'll be talking about later on. But my main focus is this one, because this is the only indicator which will give you the true side of demand and supply in any given market and in any instrument in any time frame. And this will help you a lot if you know how to use it, because for this you have to understand what Wyckoff work was. So having said that, at this particular point, this is going nowhere sideways. We are already overbought in terms of price and volume. So what I'm looking out for, I'm expecting and I want, if this price has to go upwards, I don't know, the next bar would be like this one, like it will be 100 points above up from the high of this or close of this bar. I no one knows about that one, but what I would love to look for is a pullback at this particular level, price maintaining above this level, giving me a significant you can say significant idea of uh, su- supply getting weaker and demand coming in, then definitely I would be a buyer at this point for this target and higher targets to come. But before that, I'll not put my hand or initiate any position in between. But this level is of importance. And one last thing which I want to say, I have given analysis of Nifty, oh, sorry, Nifty. I've given analysis of Euro USD. I don't remember the exact date, but it was 2-3 days back, I guess. I gave a level 108,390, and if we see the high that Euro USD made on 23rd Feb is 8396. So after this, I clearly mentioned supply is in control. If price has to continue, expect a price pullback to this level. So this is how I plan my trade. If I know this price is going to go up to this level, so I'll not look for this one. I'll only look for this opportunity which is in front of me. Whatever points I'm getting. So normally my analysis and the reports which I used to do in my own analysis, I have accuracy of 85% plus. So it is all because of understanding structure in terms of volume and price correlation. That's the reason my analysis never fails. So on those lines, I'll conclude this session. If you have any doubts, if you have any questions, if you have anything uh, pertaining to or related to Wyckoff, you can comment, ask me in the comment, or either I'll share the details of my WhatsApp as well as Telegram group. You can ask me there also, and you can get a fair idea of why Wyckoff method is so much fruitful and why it is standing like since 100 years. It has proved itself in profitability, and now new concepts are using some portions of Wyckoff. So why don't you do the complete course and understand what Wyckoff is? And just to on a concluding line, if you want to make a consistent profit in the market, then you have to master the market by the view of Wyckoff. Hope this session adds some value to you. Bye bye.